Good morning. It's that time of the day, it's that time of the month, and I'm very excited to be connecting with you today. So, welcome. My name's Leanne Peters. If you don't know, I'm from Temple of Balance, and this is one of my one of two healing events that I hold for some of my Temple of Balance patrons. So, Temple of, Patreon, which is where this is accessed, I suppose. It's like a way that you can support my work or other people who are on the platform. And it's kind of like, well, they call it like a donation thing, but what you kind of do is you pledge or you look at the different options, the different kind of levels, what I like to call resources. And I offer different resources at different kind of pledge levels. So those of you who are pledging $50 or more for this month are on this list today. Hi, KantiDevi. Welcome. So I want to thank you all for your support, especially those of you at that $50 level, because you're the ones I'm focusing on today. So I think next week must be our healing list event, and that's for people who pledge $15 or more for October. So thank you so much for supporting. And if you're not one of the people on my list today, then I am sure it's no accident you happen to be here. So I'll be connecting with the 5 people on my list today personally. So I'll be connecting in for 10 or 15 minutes with each person to tune in and see what's loudest in their energy and what they may need for healing today. And if you're one of those people, but I'm connecting with someone else at the time, or if you're not one of those people on the list, I trust, or what I would recommend, what I would do if I was listening, is I would be open to receiving what I needed. So I'd be taking nice big breaths, making sure I'm open to hearing what I need to hear and receiving what I need to receive. You might find little snippets of people's connections really resonate with you, so you can work with that if you want to. I've been connecting in this way for quite a long time, and it's kind of hard to explain how it happens, and I feel like there's nothing special about me either. It's just the way that I've refined. Finally have a notification, and it's not for me. Oh, it's the wrong one, Loretta. I think the other healing event, I don't know when it is. Wednesday? Actually, I think it's Wednesday morning, Australian time. You should be able to find the video, so hopefully you can come back, or if you're here, maybe there's something you need to receive. Yeah, so hi Linda, lovely to see you too. Yeah, so I've been connecting this way for a long time. There's nothing special about me. I just feel that I have maybe refined my way of connecting. So the way that works for me is that I will be connecting with people on the list, which I've got your names in this little smudge bowl. I'll be tuning in to you, and then I will be allowing what's loudest in your vibration to get my attention. So it will come up as a feeling that I might feel in my body. I might get a sense of knowing, or I might get a visual of what's going on for you. I do tend to feel a lot in my own body because I'm very sensitive to energy in my body. So I know what I normally feel like pretty well. So I know as I tune into people, I can feel things in my body that I know not's normal for me. So then I just need to work out, and over the years I've been able to, find the words as best as I can to interpret that energy. So we'll be moving with that, and yeah, I trust you enjoy the connection today. I think that's all I really need to say. Nothing else is coming to mind. So I'll be working in conjunction with my healing energy cards and my intuition. So let's see who's first. I love the glaze on this. This is a new glaze I tried out a couple of kiln loads ago, and it's so thick, like toffee. Carol White, you're first on my list today. So Carol, please take a nice big breath, and we'll see what comes up for you. So the best card that you need in this moment, I know exactly which card it is because it's slightly different colour to the rest, and it's our Lotus Heart Opening, card 29. There's a lot of heart energy around this morning already that I'm feeling. It says healing of the heart, release old love wounds, doubt and doubts in self-love. Open your heart, basically, and you have a healing heart. So I'm going to put that in front of me, Carol. Take a nice big breath, and we'll see what's loudest that's going on in your energy. Okay, so the first thing I'm being put that I'm picking up here is an energy that's coming in through the heart, but I'm just feeling on it to see what it feels like. And it sort of feels like a winded feeling, almost like the air has been taken out of your lungs kind of feeling, almost like a punch or something in the chest. So this kind of feeling. So it feels a little bit hard to breathe as I connect in here. And there's a feeling here of things changing in the heart. So there's a feeling here, like I get this visual of things flipping and turning in the heart. So I feel like there's something changing in the way you feel about something, the way you feel about someone, that's actually almost taken a turn, almost a complete opposite feeling that you felt before. So if you, for example, had a feeling about someone that was so strong and so deep and so true for you, and it certainly was true at the time, there's this feeling of something, a feeling like this being turned upside down and suddenly almost clicking your fingers and feeling the complete opposite than you did for probably quite a long time. So this feeling, this direction, this sense of connection that you had in your heart is currently undergoing a flip. So it feels almost like a shift, like almost a pole shift that's happening in your heart, where things have been turned on their head and turned in the complete opposite direction than before. So it could be connected with something you really loved or really connected with turning the opposite, or something that you really didn't really resonate with and didn't really feel a response to or a connection to. You may find that you suddenly do feel a connection to this thing that you've been rejecting for quite a while, or just not really feeling a connection to. So this flip is probably going to, I feel like it's actually turning the landscape of your heart. It feels like a snow globe that's been shaken, but it's also being turned upside down. So I feel that the whole landscape and the way you view things in your life, and the way you view other people, and the way you view yourself, is actually taking a turn now. And I feel like this is a turn that's necessary. So I feel like things are moving exactly where they need to. So trust what you're feeling. I feel that you're being encouraged to get your roots into the ground. I feel like tree roots that are dangling in midair. And I feel like I want to just kind of encourage those roots that come out of your feet, these energetic roots, to really embed themselves down into the ground. So be careful that you're not feeling a bit like your head's not really attached to your shoulders, or your feet are kind of off the ground and you're running on air. So you might find yourself a little ungrounded at the moment. So keep imagining your tree-like roots coming out of your feet and down into the earth to help really embed you and embody you into the ground. And okay, hi Anne-Marie, no worries. So it feels like 5 or something, around 5 of these tree roots that are now moving down into the earth. So not the air plants, but the earth plants is the feeling here. So be careful you're not feeding the thoughts in regards to worry or stresses or negative thinking. So that airy energy, be careful you haven't been feeding that in an unhealthy, unsupportive way. But get your roots nice and anchored down into the ground. Let's pull another healing energy card here just to finish this off and see what we need to add here for you, Carol. So the energy's coming in. I feel the grounding, a very strong anchoring you into the ground, into this moment, into your body as well. And you have this to finish up. This is the journey. Card 45, and it's reminding you to trust in your journey as you walk towards the unknown. So keep yourself, keep your feet nice and planted on the ground. Keep your self nice and grounded and connected to your physical body, your physical life as you make your choices and take the steps that you need to take towards this unknown doorway. This card also brings a massive cheer squad. So your loved ones in spirit, your spiritual team, maybe even people around you in this physical plane who are cheering you on and supporting you, but only you can walk your path, which you already know. But you have this path is lined with cheerleaders cheering you on. So keep going is the feeling here. Don't give up as you journey towards the unknown. So I think and feel for what I'm feeling strongly with this sort of flip in the heart for you, Carol, is to just keep trusting in that you're going where you need to go, that you're on path, you're on track, that you're grounded, but you may feel a little odd because this energy is taking a bit of a flip in your heart, and you might find it happen over a few days, but it seems to happen quite quickly. And it might happen in a few different areas, because I'm seeing like this domino effect where something sort of flips and you feel the opposite, and then something else, something else, something else. So be welcoming and allowing you to change your mind, to change your view, to change your truth, to change your belief, to match now who you've become. So I'll leave that with you. Thanks, Carol. Thank you so much for your support. And thanks for allowing me to connect with you today. Namaste. Okay, let's see who's next. Who's protected and next? This person? Yes. Thanks, KantiDevi. We have Susan next. Susan Sonsteng. So Susan, take a nice big breath and we'll see which card you need today. So I'm already feeling energy moving in your tailbone towards the back. So the back of your tailbone, your tailbone in the back area, and also across your hips, just as I tune in. That's coming in pretty strong. So we'll get this card up and then we'll see what wants to add here. This is so popular lately and so on point. Card 55, the Tree of Life. So this is basically about enjoying the fruits of your labor. There's a strong grounding element to this, but also a strong sense of the harvest, and that this harvest also bears the fruit, bears the seeds for the new beginning. So there's a feeling here of a completion or some type of cycle that's moving through at the moment as well. Ouch. And this is bringing up a really sharp energy that's come in around the back of the solar plexus chakra on the left side. That's really sharp. So it's like a stab, but with a really thin point, like an ice pick or something. So it's very sharp, thin, stabby, needly kind of pain that's shooting up through here now at the back of your solar plexus chakra. So your solar plexus is just above your navel, but there is a band that the band or the zone of the solar plexus goes around to your middle back as well. So it's in this kind of zone around the back on the left. And this is our center for personal power, strength, and courage. So there's something here connected with the past that's taken your power away. And the pain is getting worse and stronger through here. So this is definitely connected with feelings of powerlessness or your power being taken away, especially from the past, and maybe something that was out of your control, or something that sort of just happened that was almost sideswiped you, something you didn't expect, like something you least expected, took you by surprise, and I feel like it's taken your power away. And it feels a very sharp energy, so very kind of stabbing and sharp and very dislodging. It feels disruptive is probably another good word to use. So I feel that this energy and this situation from the past has actually taken your power away. It almost feels like your whole power center, so your whole solar plexus, has been punctured with this really long needle or this ice pick that's coming in through this side. So it's punctured and it's leaking air through this side. So there is this general leak of personal power and probably life force as well. You've probably been feeling a bit kind of weakened or a bit lethargic, or finding it really hard to get your energy levels going, because there is this kind of drain or this oozing out of air Now, when I connect with air, the air element, this also connects in with mental energy. So this tells me that there's also some feeding or some connection here with your state of mind around this. So your thinking or your fear connected with this particular situation, and the loss of power or the situation itself. So keeping your mind thoughts in check around this and really being aware of how your thoughts are keeping this draining of personal power in play, and how you can change that to get your thoughts to support the healing and the replenishment of your solar plexus chakra or your return of power. So really keep in mind what your thoughts are doing around this, because they definitely are connected. Okay, so and I'm feeling a cool energy that's coming in around behind it now. So the energy's still moving out, but I'm not being pulled yet to fix this. So there's something else that we need to talk about. So I'm being drawn down to your hips and also your tailbone. So your tailbone is where your base chakra is, and it's your center for grounding your physical body, your physical life, and your survival instincts. So there's something shifting here. And in fact, it feels like, and what I'm seeing and sensing is like this bulbous growth. It's a bit like a gnarly tree, how a gnarly tree might have a little bit of a gnarly bit. So there's this gnarly bit that seems to be, it almost feels like it's growing off the base of your spine, so energetically in your base chakra, this kind of bulbous growthy thing, which feels very wooden, like a gnarly tree. So what I feel like I need to do is actually trim this back. So I've got this sharp knife that I'm picturing in my mind, and just slicing like almost like peeling a potato or something like that, but with this knife, or peeling an apple. So just peeling this energy back that's been building up in your base chakra, that's likely been blocking you or connected, feels like it's connected with your survival instincts and your survival at this time. So your maybe your where your survival has been threatened has maybe caused a bit of a build up of energy here. So just slicing that away, carving it away. We could say it just drops down to the earth, those little pieces where it just returns back to love. So as this is leaving, as this energy is cut away, there's a smoothness that's coming in around your base chakra, like where your spine comes and just ends. It feels like it's smooth, like a polished piece of bone or a polished piece of antler or something. So this is feeling really good and actually quite lively. It's like we've removed old skin or old layers from your base chakra. And then this is scooping, we need to scoop around into your hips. So I feel like I want to scoop with the knife, this sharp sort of energetic blade, scooping around into your hips and scooping any excess energy here too that's been building up that feels like it's calcified. And just scooping this away to help give you, to help you stay grounded for one, to help you find solutions, practical solutions to your survival needs, and also helping you feel a clearer and stronger sense of direction and where you're going, where you're walking to, where you're moving in your life. So with this area now feeling nice and clear and smooth and shiny, I'm now being drawn back to the back of your solar plexus chakra where this puncture mark has been. So what are we going to do and how are we going to fix this? Okay, so I feel like I want to roll up a piece of clay, which I've got everywhere because I've just been using it. I feel like this piece of clay that I want to just roll up like a little stopper or a cork and plug up into this area. Now, as I plug it up into this area, there's energy shifting in the throat. So you might find that this situation, this energy that's been taking your power away, has also been affecting your voice and your truth and who you feel you are, who you perceive yourself to be. So just plugging up this area, letting this energy move here in the throat, and now letting the energy here in your solar plexus chakra begin to shift. So it's moving around like air, like wind blowing, but I want it to actually turn into like a fire. So I'm seeing the air actually start transforming into fire, and these flames that are spinning around and around in your solar plexus, all the way around your middle back and around to your belly and that whole area. So this fire is now alight in here, and what it's helping do is regenerate life force and regenerate personal power and courage and strength to keep going here in your solar plexus chakra. And I feel your throat feels excited. So there's an energy here of inspiration, or we could say, or motivation, or drive to connect with yourself. But I feel like you've got to be able to do it in a deeper way because of this energy that's being shifted out. So I trust this resonates. Let's grab a card, see what that wants to add here at the end. Thank you, and hello, Kat. Okay, so your card to finish this off, Susan, is this. It's card 14, male support. So this is reminding you that you are supported, but you know, I see support, for example, in this card as like a feminine, motherly support. So a nurturing support, a gentle kind of support. Whereas this feels more masculine support. So I would see masculine support as like being a protector, protective energy. So like a father figure protecting his child, or like we might see in the animal kingdom, and the father figure, you know, standing guard and looking out for that child, you know, keeping that as part of us, or this energy safe and protected, that type of support. So there's a masculine support that's coming in with this particular card. So you're being reminded that you are protected, that you are safe, and also that your inner father is coming in to protect your inner child, which is pretty deep stuff. So I'll leave that with you. Thanks, Susan, and thank you so much for your support. Namaste. Okay, let's see who's next. Next is Anne-Marie. I don't know if you're still here. She is. Good timing, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie is here, and this is now your time. So take a nice big breath, and we'll see where we need to go with your connection today. So your card is this here. Yay. So we have card 2, the soul chakras. This card is very much about balance, especially in the body, and it also highlights your feet. So if you've been dealing with feet things, foot things, then that can also be highlighting this. But this is about a balance, and it's also about a grounding energy that wants to come in and support you. So as I'm talking about this, I can feel your feet, energetically, your feet very buzzy and very hot and almost a bit sweaty, we could say. So there's a dampness, I suppose we could say, to your feet energy, which I'm really drawn to connect with at this time. So I'm being drawn to your ankles. Your ankles feel, what would I say? They feel a little weakened, perhaps, or small. They feel, it feels heavy. It feels heavy, the burden that you carry. The burden that is your body and what you're dealing with physically. And I feel like your ankles are like, if we were to build a house, let's say a frame of a house, then not the very foundations, which I would see is the feet, but as maybe like the walls or the parts that keep up the roof. I feel like there's something weakening about this area, and especially that I'm feeling in your ankles. So if your body was a house, it's like the two really important pieces of timber that are keeping the roof and the upper story of the house up. I feel like they are really weakened and really strained energetically. So it's like the timber feels like it's rotting. It feels like it's thinned out, and it feels so thin and weak. I think weak's a really good word to use. So it's actually also bringing up a nauseous feeling. Hi, Angela. A nauseous feeling in the belly. So this tells me that there's old emotion here that's sitting in your belly that's become toxic, that wants to actually move up and out. When I feel nauseous in a healing, it's actually a really good sign that that energy that's sitting in the belly, that old emotion, wants to actually move up and out. So just allowing it to move as it needs to. But I really want to do something about this ankle energy. So this weakness. So before I do anything about it, I feel like I need to just talk about this energy a little bit more. So it feels heavy. You're like physically, energetically, you're feeling heavy, like burden field, if you like. It feels like if you were a wardrobe, you'd be full of boxes and old photos and old trophies and whatever, all lots of old papers, all sorts of old things, old clothes, everything just jammed into you as this wardrobe. And it's like the caster wheel. Yeah, the ankles are like the casters, like the wheels on the wardrobe. So it's almost like this wardrobe is so packed full of stuff that these wheels are starting to buckle, they're starting to weaken and not be able to hold this wardrobe as is. So what this inner stuff is it represents old things. It represents your fear around your body especially, and your fear in regards to the burdens that you carry. It also represents your insecurities and just the stuff that you've been, that's been on your mind, the negative thinking, we could say as well. And what I feel like I want to just swiftly now come in. So I imagine coming into you, and I feel like you're just here. And I want to open these cupboards, and it's almost like on Beauty and the Beast, on the cartoon from the 90s, the Disney cartoon, where the cupboard is opened and all her moths fly out and she's a bit embarrassed. She's like, oh, don't look in here. So there is a feeling here of a bit of embarrassment, but that's probably not quite the right word, but just a little bit self-conscious. And I just want to assure you that I can't see details, and also that it is safe for you. It is safe for you to expose these parts of yourself. Because I think sometimes we have this kind of self-conscious, maybe a self-conscious attitude about things that actually can keep us kind of cloaked up and closed up, because we don't want to expose this, or we don't want to hurt other people, or we don't want to seem weak, or we don't want to seem like we're not coping, for example. So I feel like it's okay, but I do feel this kind of uncomfortableness in opening this, but I feel really driven to do this, and I feel like it's really important. I feel like I'm in a spring cleaning mood, and I just want to sort of pull out everything from this wardrobe and just basically create a big bonfire out here and burn it up. That's the feeling that I'm getting. So let's do it. So let's open these cupboards and start. There's lots of mirrors in here, lots of distorted mirrors. And I feel that you probably see yourself in a really distorted way quite often. You know, those mirrors that you see at the show where you look in it and you're looking, you're all kind of distorted. I see your wardrobe lined with this. So there's an inner feeling here that inwardly you probably get distorted perspectives of yourself, which must be heavy and burdensome too to carry, because they don't feel like pleasant things that I'm seeing in the mirror. So I want to actually get these mirrors out. We've got to get these out first. So I feel like they are, one, holding you back, and two, distorting the truth of who you are. So I just pull the mirror off this, first of all, this door here on my left, pull the mirror off the inside of the door and drop it down. That can help start this bonfire. And then the next wall in, pulling off that mirror, dropping it down. Now this is shifting energy here in the heart. It feels uncomfortable. So it's okay. It almost feels like your identity, you might be feeling a little, but this is how I identify myself. But these aren't healthy ways of identifying yourself. And I feel like there's something in this wardrobe that you've been covering up somehow, like this little gem that is actually who you are and is your identity. So we will probably discover something as we go. So there's energy shifting in the heart, but let's get these mirrors off. So pulling that mirror off the back left, the back right out, the back right wall out, and the back the right door, the inside of the right door out. So we've got these 6 mirrors out now, and they're laying here to be ready to create a bonfire. And actually it's funny because as soon as I've taken these mirrors out, it actually seems not as full and jam-packed as it did before. So I feel that these mirrors are also making things seem like more blown out of proportion, we could say, than they probably really were, even though they feel and have felt very real. I feel like these mirrors were compounding the issue and adding to the complexity, if you like. So now just pulling all these old boxes out. Boxes, it doesn't matter what's in these, they need to go. So removing all of this stuff, all of the stuff. There's lots of dust. You haven't even looked at this stuff for a long time. Out. It's just been weighing you down. So getting all this stuff down, down, down until we have a totally empty wardrobe. And it looks like an old Blackwood antique wardrobe. And it's all smooth and beautiful, like freshly polished. And there's this little door here, like there's just this little square right in the center of the ground, of the floor of this wardrobe that I feel that we need to open up. So I just pick up this little square of wood. And in here, we have this little something that's wrapped in, it looks like it's wrapped in silk. It's wrapped in a yellow silk. So yellow's about your power, getting your power and your confidence back. And so I just carefully bring over, I feel like I want to bring it over in front of us, this little package that's wrapped in a little piece of gold silk, and just opening this little package. And in here is a little nest. Looks like a little bird's nest that you collected when you were a child. And you played with this nest and you imagined that this nest had little eggs in it and little birds. And it was this little nest that you kept so close and so held so special when you were a little child. I see this little girl finding this little nest, and I feel like maybe it was taken away from you or something, but you had this connection with this nest. And I feel like there's a part of you that never really forgot about that nest. And this nest here is now your gift. It's been given back to you. And I feel this nest now coming and sitting right here in your solar plexus as a way to support and nurture you. That it's your time to be supported and nurtured. So this nest fits perfectly into your solar plexus. And as it sits in there, there's this nurturing, motherly, homely feeling of support. So while that energy is settling into place, we're going to light up this bonfire. So just dropping a spark down here and allowing it to blaze up energetically and burn down to ash, where this is now no longer a burden for you. So now we just need to repair these wheels, and then you're good to go. So repairing the wheels is also representing repairing the ankle energy. So I'm seeing these 4 wheels, and they're a little bit, you know how where the screws start coming out. So I feel like I can push the wardrobe back and just re-screw up and re-strengthen all these casters, these wheels for this wardrobe, and clean them up, get all the dust and all the hairs that's tangled around in them, and re-screw them, refix them. And now they feel strong. They feel strong again to hold you up, to hold and prop you up, physically, emotionally, mentally, energetically. And now putting this wardrobe upright. There's a massive amount of release that's happened over your shoulders. So I'm feeling huge amounts of burden that have been released. So I trust you're feeling good there, Anne-Marie. Let's see what Healing Energy card now wants to just add to this. Oopsie. I trust you're all feeling good. Thanks for stopping by today. If you want to be a part of this next time, hi Martin, then please have a look on my Patreon page, which you can find in the video description somewhere. So here's your card to add. It looks well used, so it's probably one I come to a lot. Yeah, I thought it would be the healing one. It's spiritual surgeries. This is about healing of your physical body. And I really feel that a lot of what we've done will actually help you too in your body. So see how you go. See how your body responds. And you might find, actually both of these are very physical cards. You might find that your body wants to relax or rest today. So you might find that you probably get a bit tired, as a way for your body now to integrate the healing that's taken place. So thank you so much, Anne-Marie. Oh, nice. Thank you so much, and thank you for your support. And I do trust this resonates. Thank you. Okay, let's see who's next. I've got two more people. KantiDevi, are you still here? Tasmania to KantiDevi. Are you still around? Let's pull a card for you and see what we need to do with you today. So your cards, great. Ah, I wouldn't be surprised if you resonated with some of Anne Marie's connection there, because we have a cross connect. So whenever we get the same card up in these types of things, I kind of feel a cross connect. So Anne Marie, you might find some benefit too, if you're still watching, from KantiDevi's connection today as well. So again, we have the soul chakras. This is about balance. It's about grounding. It's about our feet, or your feet in this particular case. And let's tune in. Let's tune in and see. Okay, so I see this chair and I feel, oh great. I see this chair and I feel, KantiDevi, that you're waiting. You're waiting, and you're waiting, and you're waiting, and you're looking out the window. Okay, so this window feels like it represents a window of opportunity. Yet it's not being moved through, which is weird. So instead, you're waiting, like in a waiting chair. So it feels like waiting in a waiting chair, but there is an opportunity that's right here. Like this window, it's like sitting on a bus or sitting on a train, and you have a window right here. And this window represents a window of opportunity. So there's a window, there's some opportunity here that is right here, and it's sitting here on the right side. And yet there's this sense of waiting. But I get this feeling that you should be climbing out the window and taking up this opportunity. That the train has actually stopped. The train was moving, you were waiting, and that was fine because you were traveling. But now it feels the train has stopped. Something's stopped. Something's not really moving now. Where are you feeling stuck or stagnant or blocked? Because this is probably going to be the key here, because I feel like something was moving, something that you're waiting on, something you were traveling on in your life or traveling through, is something, it's stopped somehow. And you might be feeling a little bit aimless, like, okay, what do I do now? Sort of feeling here. And I'm getting goosebumps running all down the shoulders and down the spine. So this is just highlighting what I'm talking about. But there is this sense here of, why are you still waiting? Why are you still waiting? Climb out this window. There's something here that you need to, or something that's going to be of benefit, if you can find the courage to move out of the seat. It almost feels like this seat has been molded to you, like you're glued there. And you might feel a part of you doesn't think that you can move from this seat because, you know, I feel like something's changed. That you're on your train wants to move to a different track, or there's something changed. You need to get out of this seat and stop putting your life on hold. And that's probably another part of this, is this sense of things aren't moving now. So if things aren't moving, you're still waiting, you've been waiting for a while, then you're kind of putting your life on hold. So I feel that we need to find the courage to move out of this seat that's so comfortable. It feels comfortable, it feels known, it feels familiar, it feels safe. Out there, who knows what's going to happen? So there's this sort of feeling that's coming through too. But I can't help but feel that this is where we need to go. This is the way out of this train. This is the way out of this holding space. It's like a holding space of a plane just circling above the airport and not actually coming into land. So let's do it. So this window is a white framed window, and it's got a cross in the middle, across that way, like a window pane. So not like a train window, but this is how the window is appearing. So it's like a wooden painted, white wooden a wooden frame painted white. And it's got an awning, so I feel like we need to wind out the awning And actually there's a bit of air that's starting to come through, which feels fresh. Because actually, probably without you even realizing it, I feel like this air in here is getting stale in this waiting, no movement, void, limbo kind of time. So opening up this window as far as it will go and letting some fresh air in. Now this fresh air feels enticing, like a incentive or a little a glimpse of what's on the other side, which actually feels nice. It's got beautiful fresh air. There's something very fresh about what's coming in. It's bringing life in. There's no life here in this waiting at this dead end of this train track. It's almost like a decommissioned train. It's a dead end. It's stale. There's no life here. There's nothing here but you waiting. So out here is life. So let's escape. Let's escape this decommissioned train, this part of you, this part of yourself, this part of your life that feels like you've just got to wait. So I see you very carefully starting to climb out the window, and you're going feet first on your belly and sliding your way out. As you slide your way out, there's energy that's rising up from the solar plexus up into the heart and up into the throat. So like a, like a candle, when you put a candle out and the smell of it and the blackness just kind of floats up. That's kind of the feeling here, and it feels a little smoky that's coming up into the throat too. So as you slide out, it's like you breathe the last of that toxic candle that's going out. I don't know what you call it. You breathe the last of that out with your breath as the last of your body leaves the train. So the whole of you is slid out, and in fact, sliding's a really good word to use because it feels like it hasn't been difficult. You've slid out, like you've on a slippery, you've really slid out easily. And now I see you on the other side of this train, but we're looking at this and it actually looks like a big brick wall, and it feels like a dead part of your life or a dead part of yourself. And here is life that has been waiting for you. So life has called you. I see a book, and I think that there's a connection here with reading or learning or something like this. This is going to be really important for you to establish yourself in this new landscape. So meaning feeling okay and feeling comfortable as you can in this landscape. I feel that there's a lot of unknown here, but what is here is life. And I feel like this is really important to remember without overthinking, that here is life. You've stepped into life again. So let's grab a healing energy card and see what that wants to add here. And we have this here. Recenter, card 16. So this is reminding you to maintain or hold or find your center and keep that. Almost feel like this needs to be some type of priority or something to think about as being like a dedication or something you can do each day to keep yourself centered, to keep yourself aligned. Because when you're centered, according to this card, when you're centered, you're in the flow. And if you've been feeling out of the flow lately, you're probably uncentered. But if you've been feeling out of the flow lately too, I wouldn't, be surprised with what I was sensing before. So now moving forward into life that is here for you, life that you've stepped into, is about keeping your center, which will help you stay in the flow. So, and this is again connected with this card, which is funny enough, because balanced, being aligned, being grounded, and being centered, these are all very much connected. So hold your center. The other thing about this particular card is with your holding your center and the flow here. Yeah, and the flow here, that's, for you to tap into a little deeper, we could say, is that this figure here, she's pregnant with new beginnings, And there is a sense of new beginnings here. And that's what life, it's life. Actually, she holds life here in her belly. And you hold life within you. So I feel that we have simply, and sometimes it just needs to be simple, have helped you reconnect with life. The life of you and the life that is available for you. So see how this unfolds, and I trust this resonates. Thank you so much, KantiDevi, and thank you for your support. And you may also find that you might, your body might sink quite deeply with this, so you might feel quite tired afterwards. See how you go. Oh, Angela, I just saw who you were. I just read your last name. And the last person I'm connecting with today is Annick Beal. Take a nice big breath. So the general kind of theme or energy that has come through with pretty much all of these connections is deep healing. So this has been quite deep healing. So any of you who have connected or who I have connected with or who have resonated and come along for the ride, if you like, yeah, just allow this energy to settle. We've done a lot of changes energetically and in the body. So you might find your body needs to kind of snooze or relax or pass out to heal and integrate the healing. KantiDevi resonates. I've been in resisting to accept the current life around, which makes sense of the stale air. Yeah, so I trust this helps free up a little bit more for you, KantiDevi. So Annick, we're getting all the same cards. I think this came up for Susan. I can't remember now. But we had this before. It's card 55, the Tree of Life. It is about enjoying the fruits of your labor, the efforts of your hard work. It's about the harvest, but remembering that the harvest also contains the seeds for the next phase or the new beginning. So this is a phase, kind of cyclic, supportive kind of energy too. So Annick, take a nice big breath and let's see what's going on for you at this time. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing is something sharp, and it looks like a tooth. So if I'm zoomed in really close, it looks like the side of like a canine, like a dog's tooth that I'm seeing here, side on. So this feels sharp, and it feels like a bed of teeth somehow, or a gum full of teeth, but it's a bit weird, but I just got to roll with it because this is just part of getting to where we need to go. So this teeth energy, this bed of teeth, so I want to go into this somehow. In fact, I want to drop even, I feel like we're just shrinking up smaller and smaller and smaller and going into the tooth somehow, into this sharp tooth that's right at the front on the side. I don't know if you call these canines, but it's like the canine-y thing. I feel like we need to go into this tooth like it's a house of some sort. It's a bit weird. So it's like this bony structure, this bony tooth, ivory. And we're going into it. So it looks like a TP now. And we're moving into this kind of enclosed space of this tooth. So weird. So weird. And I see your path, and I see you cycling along. So I see you on a bike, cycling, moving at quite a speed at this time. And I feel that there's a swiftness to the movement at this time as well. So I'm sitting in, we're both sitting in this TP tooth thing, and I'm getting this visual of your life's path and you zipping by on this bike. So really fast energy, moving very swiftly, very quickly, very busy, very hectic at this time. So it almost feels like this TP inside this tooth is kind of like this place to relax, to rest, to find calm in a busy, fast-paced. I see paper planes moving fast. I see bees buzzing along. I see jet planes fly. I see cars, like racing cars, speeding by. So there is this flurry of movement and this flurry of activity and this speed that's taking place, yet in this cone, almost feels like a cone, like this coney tooth TP thing. It feels like all that's shut out somehow. It feels like the solidness of the tooth is actually blocking out all the hustle and bustle that's going on around. So the fast pace, the fast speed, and it's all happening just around this kind of cone, this cone of silence. It feels like, actually. It feels so silent in here, like your own little world. And I feel like this is about helping you find your center and your calm within the chaos and the hustle and bustle of craziness that's happening and speeding by around you. This is how you'll, in some way, slow time down, because it feels like this fast pace of everything that I'm seeing zooming by. It feels like time is also in a flurry with it. So time is probably speeding up too, is what you're noticing, or probably what you've noticed. And in this cone of silence, it's like we're putting a lid on it somehow. Like time is slowing down in here, in this silent place. So holding you in here, and I feel this is about a mental healing, probably more than anything, to help give you a focus, a clarity, and a space to come to where you can be alone and be within yourself, be in that space of silence and slow time down, slow the pace down. Now, at the top of this cone is a little pinhole, and in this pinhole is this energy. It's very tight corkscrew energy that's coming down from above, like a very tightly curled strand of hair, and it comes down, spiraling very tight down into this hole and straight down into the crown of your head as you sit right in the center of this cone, this white dense cone. And it comes straight down here into your crown chakra. It feels like a phone cord, like one of those old phone cords that are really coiled. So it feels like a connection here, like almost a communication or a connection between you and spirit, or you and your higher self, you and your intuition that you may have been too busy to connect with lately. There is almost this pause and this kind of plugging you back in, connection-wise, communication-wise. It enters, it almost burrows down into your crown, carving out a new tunnel in here, a new pathway of communication connection. It's just making this whole area very tingly, and it's funneling down into your third eye chakra, so embedding here but inside the head, and that's where it needs to stay. And there's almost little wires that I see coming out, frayed wires that are kind of connecting in with the very inner part of your third eye chakra. So your intuition is very strongly connected here, and your vision and your ability to trust in yourself, trust in your intuition, and trust in that space of silence that you need, and finding it when you can. And in fact, I see you going about your life just in this cone of silence. It just kind of wanders with you, like you've got this cone over you. It's like attached to you somehow. Not attached, it's probably not the right word, but it's like your own little rain cloud, but not a rain cloud, this cone. So I feel like you can go about the busyness of your life in this cone of silence, in this space of being centered, and connecting in a higher way rather than in with the hustle and bustle and craziness and the speed of what's going on around you. I trust that makes some sense. Doesn't make a whole ton of sense to me, but I trust it does to you. That's the main thing. So Annick, let's see what your last card is here to finish this connection off. Okay, we have this. I pulled this card in our video this morning that I did. All the same cards are coming out. It's quite hilarious. This is card 35, Healing Guide. And this is about taking your connection with yourself and your life to deeper levels, and especially levels connected with love or connection, and deepening your experience. So you're not running around on the surface, mega stressed out, but that there is more meaning that you can create in your life by slowing things down and being in a space of observation and higher connection than the lower vibrating kind of communications. So I feel that this is actually to help you take things deeper, so you're not just kind of skimming the surface in life, because it is a habit that you'll get into, and before you know it, the year will be out, and next year you'll probably be out, and you're probably feeling quite unfulfilled. So to help you feel more fulfilled, there is this deepening that's coming in, and I feel that what we've talked about today and what we've brought through will help you, or hopefully be a part of helping you access that. So open to the flow of love and allow it to guide you with everything. So there are your cards. So thank you so much, Annick. I trust this resonates and supports you, and thanks so much for your support this month. So thank you so much. I think that's all I really need to say and connect with, or do. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button, or please comment. If you want to connect more privately, please send us an email. If you'd love to be on my Patreon next month and be a part of this healing event, then please have a look on my Patreon page, my link down below somewhere, or up there, or wherever the description is. So check it out if you're interested. If you join around the 1st of November, that will then give you access to the November healing event. If you join beforehand, you might get a private healing session with me. And so next month will be towards the end of November. You'll hear from me then, whenever the date is. So thank you so much. Yes, a very interesting connection today, hasn't it been? So thank you, and have a great rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Goodbye for now.